Good morning. It's Friday, June 14th. And this morning I want to talk about something that existed when I went to high school and still exists, and it's now under attack. And that's the Regents exam. When I was a kid in high school, you planned to take that Regents exam. Very important part of your education. And now that everybody had to take the Regents to graduate, it depended on what you were majoring in high school. But most people had to take a Regents. And now there's a plan afoot to do away with the Regents because many believe there are other ways to prove that a student has truly learned what they were supposed to learn in high school. And I agree, there are other ways, but eliminating the Regents exam is a critical foundation of a high school education. It is something that you plan for, something that many dread, and then there are something that many want to take to prove that they belong in the graduating class. So why? Why attack the Regents exam? Because people believe there's a whole bunch of other things that you can do to measure the level that a student has reached. And that's true. There are many other things that you can do. So there should be a combination. If you don't particularly believe 100% in Regents exams, then you have a combination that allows a person to graduate. But if you don't do away with the foundation of our educational system, at least in New York State it was. I think there are many states that don't have Regents, that didn't have Regents exams. And I am willing to bet you that the students that graduate from New York's high schools are probably better prepared than most of the country because of the Regents exam and because of the other qualities that take place. And I remember we had great schools when I was a kid. There was Stuyvesant High School. There was the Bronx High School of Science. And there were many other high schools that taught you skills beyond just going to high school. So New York State Department of Education shared its official plan to sunset the Regents exam. In the old days, these were the make or break tests that were required for a high school diploma. But if I remember correctly, not everybody had to take a Regents exam to graduate. There were other courses of study that didn't require Regents exams. So under the new plan presented at the Board of Regents meeting, students would no longer need to pass the 3-hour Regents exam to graduate. Regents would instead be offered to students who want to demonstrate their proficiency in meeting the state's learning standards. Why? Why would we separate the people? Everybody should be required to prove that they met the state's learning standards. This is stupidity. The Regents exam was something that made students focus. So New York students must earn 22 credits and pass at least 4 Regents exams or a Regents diploma. See, in the old days, you didn't have to get a Regents diploma. But if you were going to college or something, your Regents diploma was very important. So students had to pass also at least 7 state exams for an advanced diploma designation. And that would give a boost to their college application. So are they trying to eliminate the need to study to go to college? That really never was anything that existed when I was a kid. If you were going to college, you took the Regents exams. Even if you weren't going to college, you took the Regents exam. And there were many people who were not going to college, but they still had to take the Regents exam. And these Regents exams were first given given in 1878. But right now, New York is in the minority of states that require exit exams to graduate from high school. Is that a bad thing? Is it a bad thing that New York State is in the minority when they want to prove that we have produced educated students? So the efforts that are going on that want to curtail the current state level examination requirement were led by the now New York State Education Commissioner Betty Rosa, who argues that graduation rates remain stubbornly tied to race, poverty, and special needs. Now, I can agree that there are those who are in dire straits financially and on the levels of poverty. But does that mean we lower our standards so that these students can graduate? No, we have to work hard to get those students who need help, get them the help they need. You don't do away with the exams because you have a section of our population that is not living as well as they could. We have to take care of those people. And the way they're going to get ahead in life is with a good education, not by doing away with examination. And she's saying, why would we think that a single test gets us the results that we need? This single test is a part of the curriculum. It's a combination of factors. You don't break up the recipe for success just because you don't believe it's good anymore. What's wrong with putting pressure on people to learn and to prove that they can rise to the occasion? It takes time and effort to study for these exams. And that's a quality that is needed when you go out into the working force. You have to work hard to get good jobs these days. You have to be well educated to get good jobs these days. So taking a testing criteria out of the mix is not a good idea because people will be tested their entire life as they work to get ahead in the world. So these educators are totally misguided on this particular read, on this particular situation. I'm in favor of continuing the Regents exams, proving that youngsters can do the job, that they can rise to the occasion of a Regents exam. It takes time and effort to study, and that is a critical piece of your life experience, learning how to deal with different situations. So I am against this categorically of getting rid of the Regents exam. So I leave you with that today. Have a great day. Bye.